Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, good evening, good evening, and happy to see you. Good evening, good evening. This is Reverend Dolly and Reverend Tony Dosumu. Good to see you on the Wise Builders tonight. Good evening, everyone, friends, family, well wishers, and all our followers and friends. Good evening. Good to see you. We're back on tonight on another episode of the Wise Builders. And tonight we'll be talking on causes and signs of relationship breakdown. Good evening, Instagram, and good evening, Facebook. What's the meaning of this on Instagram? Keep saying we're having problem with our network. That shouldn't be. Oh, sorry. Saying Wi-Fi is not connected. Apologies for that. Let's connect. Okie dokies. Right. So we're on and we're good to go. All right. So Instagram, family and friends. Yeah, without much ado, let's go straight. So good to see you all, our friends. Thank you very much. Good evening. And
Good
Reverend,
evening,
do you want
all.
to say good evening to everyone? Good
Thanks for
evening.
joining.
Thank you for joining us tonight. And I'm sure you enjoyed our episode last week. It's our first episode together, The Joy of Marriage. It was awesome, it was interesting, and we hope to make tonight more interesting as well. We're open to questions and answers. Please send us your questions, type it in, and then we'll flag it, and then we'll take it and we'll talk. Apologies, like we said, for coming slightly late. It's just technical faults. Right. So, in every relationship, to be honest with you, nobody can really say. One of the issues and concern to me, especially, and I think myself and Reverend we've discussed it, and a couple of us we've discussed it, is the fact that you see two people coming together in love, or either this could just be normal relationship or relationship in as per married couple. So we're going to talk about the two, but we'll be going in and out of it. The first one, which is the major one, is for married couples. And then as we're speaking about it, for you singles looking into a relationship, already in a relationship, what are the things that can break down your marriage? Like I said, by the grace of God, I've been through a couple of stages in life, and one of it is the fact that in the last 6 years I've been single. So I'd seen a lot of things happen um in the world. I've got friends. I tried speaking to a couple of people about what's going on, and then and even for people that are married, you find out that the bloom. I remember some years ago, Reverend, I was speaking with two young um, chaps. The first one is my client. She came to see me for a legal matter, and then sat beside her was a fiance, and I said, and they were talking. Just I could notice, and I noted some love language and the way things were going, and I said to them, I said, guys, it looks like you're in love, and they said yes. And but I looked at the spark and I just begged them. I said, whatever is keeping this spark on, please make sure it is there. One of the issues that I find out is we all try to be like each other.
Yeah.
You see, there's no thank you, mommy. Big Akintola, good to see you, ma. Good evening to you. Bless you, ma. She said good
Thank you,
evening
ma.
to us. Thank you.
God bless you, ma.
Amen. Teniola, thank you on Instagram. Right. So you find out that things happen.
Yeah.
And when couple go into relationship, whether you're dating, most of the reason why most people don't marry is because we compare.
Yeah.
I think that on my list is comparison.
Yeah.
You know, reasons why marriage collapses or relationship breakdown is comparison, peer pressure, I'm thinking, oh, my marriage is supposed to be like Mr. A and B. Sometimes what we see on the camera is not what we see inside the house. Especially nowadays with Facebook, nobody will show you picture of when they were arguing or when they're not their best dressed. But in the moment they are going for Sunday occasion or outing, and you're looking and they run down you see, no two men can be the same. No two men can be the same. I will never compare my husband with another person. Yeah, if I want my husband to improve their ways, or if I want my wife, if he wants me to improve their ways, he will speak to me about my improvements because it is me. Not that he will say to me, look at your friend's husband, look at your friend. That's the way your friend dresses. This is the way this. You know, I used to be my tomboy and I'll just do my wig and my thing. The last and Reverend didn't come, he didn't say anything about it when we were cutting, you know. But after we married, I just said to me, baby girl, I want you to change your style. I want you to do this kind of style. He didn't say to me, I want you to do funke style. Or he said, this is the kind of style I want. You know, and these are the kind of things. And I'm like, oh, I don't like sitting down, I don't like weaving, I don't have braids. He said, I love it. He said, your plastic here, all this plastic here that you're carrying about, please remove it for now. So what we're trying to say is, if you want to, so that comparison for me is the first on the list, where we try to be like other person. And I think that's the major one for me. We have a couple of them, about 10 that we're going to share with you. I'll be saying them out and Reverend will be chipping it. So, you know, please, from your opinion, what do you think are the causes? Because we have so much relationship breakdown nowadays. You hear couple going into marriages. That's one of the things we first said to ourselves. We say, listen, let's forget about the fact that we're husband and wife. All we know is we are friends. We have our laugh. We were just in our own world. I said, this title and comparison thing makes people just, you know, we are friends and we're doing our own thing. I don't care what you're doing in your house, and I don't want you to care what I'm doing in my house. My house is my house. Your house is your house. So that comparison, people coming home and say, oh, can't you be like Daddy Shegun? Can't you be like Daddy Dolapo? When I went to their houses, the man was washing the plates, the man was snoring on the chair, the man was drinking. It's none of your business. The way you want your own garden to be is how you're going to tend it. Yeah, what do you want to say?
Apart from that, he or she is not seeing the dark side of that person, the dark side of that marriage. All the person is seeing is the living room, like somebody used to describe it. He's not seeing the bedroom. He's not seeing what is happening behind the curtain. So it's not always good to compare. Different families, different issues, different styles, different ways of doing things. So it's important that, you know, we live within whatever circumstances our family is like, and improve when we need to improve, rather than comparing with other families.
Basically, to say to them, stay on your lane.
Stay on your lane.
Be yourself. You know, that person may be richer than you or may not be up to you. You know, just stay on your lane. If God provides anything for you, no comparison. Do your own. You know, and if you're looking unto God for a blessing, pray to God to bless you. Not compare yourself. So I think that's number one.
It brings about dissatisfaction. Never satisfied. Never satisfied.
And then you start complaining.
And start complaining.
And then when that person goes now, you realize that you're void.
Then nagging follows.
Nagging follows.
Complaining follows.
Well, I think how is it possible?
Happiness follows.
Can I just ask you something? How is it possible just to accept somebody the way they are? Is it really possible?
It is possible.
How do you do that?
You have accepted me the way I am.
I know.
I have accepted you.
I don't have a choice, do I? Do I?
So that's just it. For as long as, like I used to tell you, for as long as it's not going to bring destruction, it's not going to bring violence, whatever it is, we can always work on it and make it work. Yeah.
Because
so it's quite possible. Because the person that is complaining about the other person has his or our own faults.
But also. we don't normally see it.
No, we don't.
Usually when we're complaining about the other party, we think we are the best. You think we are without flaws, and I know it all goody two shoe. And you are this, you are that, you are that. But what if the other person starts pointing fingers and saying you are this, you are that, you are. All right. So let's try and work on our relationship. So what are the signs that you can see when such is happening? How can you notice that if you're the spouse,
Yeah.
and then how can you notice that comparison? How would you know that, oh my God, this is going on in my marriage and it's not acceptable?
Yeah, like I said, if the other party starts nagging,
Mm,
what he or she wasn't doing before,
mm,
you need to suspect something must be happening somewhere. Is either that person, either man or woman,
mm-hmm.
is already listening to some funny voices outside.
Okay.
Is either, like men,
Mm,
sometimes we go to clubs, sometimes we meet at
mm,
parties and we start talking about our families, and
wow.
that is when we hear what we are not supposed to hear,
Wow.
either man or woman.
Okay.
And quite often we bring it home. Now I mean,
Yeah.
man or woman, we
Yeah.
bring what we hear. That does not actually, it's not the same thing with both families.
Mm,
But when we hear that suggestion or advice, we want to enforce it on the spouse,
mm.
and it creates problem.
And he's saying, no, this is me. I don't
And
want
yeah,
to do
I don't
that.
want to do that.
You
No,
know,
you weren't
a,
behaving like
a
this
lady
before.
lost her husband. Sorry to cut you.
Yeah.
A lady lost her. I didn't give you your own drink when I was drinking. We drink together.
Thanks, darling.
Okay, let's say cheers.
Mm.
Come on, join us. Wow, right.
Thank you.
Shows I'm taking care of my husband, though.
Yes, you are. Yes.
I'll be on the camera.
On the camera, at least.
At least. You're bad. Does it mean I don't take care of
No,
you
you
behind
do,
the camera?
You do.
Oh, we're just doing this for the camera.
No,
Comparison. You just spoke about
you do
comparison.
it 24/7.
Thank you, my darling. Thank you. Bosa for you.
Bosa.
3 bosas for
Yeah.
you. Now let's go back. So another thing is bad behavior. Bad behavior. I feel bad behavior. When we're young, we're used to doing a lot of things our way. Some of us don't grow up. Like if you're smoking, drinking, tobacco, spending, just anyhow. Some of us we gamble. Somebody is there. Happiness said we too go love. Yeah, okay, do it. Don't mind them. On this white platform, and you know what you've done for me in the last 6 years? All of you bugai me. Now it's my own time, oh. Thanks, daughter. We're good. Thank you. Love to. Now, let's go on. All these habits. Some people refuse to grow up,
Yeah.
And we expect our partner to put up with it. You see, we should grow up. Some of us, we have nasty behavior, and we do not realize we are doing it. I think maybe couples should be going for assessment, the third party, to speak to them to know. Because when you are doing some bad behavior, you are used to it, and you bad manners, and you expect that, that person must love you with it, and these are the things, and that person's like, I've had enough. Can you imagine? There was a guy that was gambling all the money. He was used to gambling. He got married. He would take the wife's card and he would go and gamble it. And then he expected her.
Yeah.
Do you understand? People will say, you're a virtuous woman. Virtuous woman? And what do you see? What do you want to say about that, sir?
Oh, it's a real big issue. But let me use us as an example.
Okay.
Like some of the things we have been doing before, we don't want to grow. You remember now? I didn't like wearing vests.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But you insisted I should, and I respected you.
Yeah, true.
So the thing is that, when we respect each other, if the husband says, darling, I like you to do this, like I used to tell you, for as long as it's not going to harm you, you have to respect, the other person's own view or suggest, for as long as it's not going to, wearing a vest doesn't harm me. And somebody used to have drink a lot of Coke before I met her. I don't want to mention name.
Hope it's not cocaine. It's Coke. Hope it's not cocaine. It's
But
Coke.
now I've discovered that even for 3 days, she doesn't drink Coke at all.
Clap for me.
Hallelujah.
Clap for me.
So I think the thing is, when we respect each other, things are going to move smoothly.
True.
It's when I say, no, I don't wear it, and you can now not force me to wear it.
Yeah.
That is where the problem is going to
which is about compromise. I remember one of the things I learned from my husband was said to me that love is going, that was his own definition.
Extra man.
Yeah, when we were about to start courtship and we're talking about, we pick topics every week. We're talking about one topic or the other. I think we should revisit that thing.
No,
we really should enjoy it. It was our
should.
pillow talk on the phone.
We
We will talk and until I'll sleep off. I will talk. And he used to say something that when we came to love, I was giving some fancy definition about love, and his definition was just simple. Said for him, love is going that extra mile for that person you love. Yeah, and I was just like, oh my God, and he really showed it. So it's one of the things that we're doing. We need to grow up, compromise. Bad behavior. You can't expect your spouse to put up with a bad behavior because they love you. And when he's saying it, correcting you out of love, Pastor Reverend will say something that anything we do, just we do it in moderacy. If you're eating, I'm not saying don't do this, but moderacy. And if I ask him to do something, I remember he will just do it. When it's me, I want to question reason why we must. And one day he came to, and let me tell you something. And he said to me, he said, sweetheart, I don't know why you're doing this. Okay, why are you saying? I will not say, for example, if he says, let's drink this water, and say why. And I think it's just a lawyer part of me, just being inquisitive or try to check everything. And he said, you have to drop all that. This is your husband, not your client, and not people. And I started thinking, oh my God, that is true. So you have to find out what is the reason why he's asking me to do it. And that bad behavior, you cut it off. Joyce Meyer, I reference it because it's in the public domain. She said it when she first married, because she was abused. She had terrible, behaviors. She's hatred towards men. You never know you've acquired all this. This was abused by her father. She was abused in her first relationship. So by the time her second her husband picked her up, she was a total mess, but she didn't know. Meanwhile, she's a minister of God, God using her so much. You never know. She said it that they'll be together. The husband was putting up with a lot of rubbish, toxic behavior that she was doing. After few years, the man said to her, listen, Joyce, don't think I'm going to stay here and put up with this rubbish all my life. If you don't change, I'm going to leave you. And that was what made her think, oh my God. So these are the things that we're looking into. You have to look at the other party. If I do something, I see my husband goes quiet, I always say to you, I know I've done something, and I always say, what have I done? Because I don't want it to linger. And so these are the kind of things. So maturity and, people will not take bad behavior. So we need to comb ourselves. We need to change. We need to wash ourselves clean because we can't just dump our rubbish on somebody else and we expect it's going to take it for us. Is that on?
Yeah.
Do you want to? Is there any sign to look out for in a man or a woman when it's I think it's kind of self-explicit what we said, but is there anything?
It depends on each family. It depends on each family. For example, if you cook a meal, let's say it's stew that I don't like, too much salt or something like that, me, I will still eat it, but I will not eat it like I will eat normally. So when you see me eating, like picking, like what I would normally eat in 5 minutes, it's taking me 10 minutes, then that's a sign that this man is not happy with what he's eating.
Yeah, but it's not everybody that will be like that. Some men will actually trash the wife.
That's exactly what I'm saying. That it depends. But I think I think it's not right to trash the wife because there have been days that she's cooked nice one. So if for once she makes a mistake, you really don't have to trash. You say it, but you say it in a loving way. But I will eat it. It may take me time. I'll copy it, then talk about it later because I know it will certainly not harm me. Since it's not, what happens from time to time.
Okay, that's good. So cheating is another one. Cheating, when you break a vow, whether I know some people say, oh, we're just dating. And I said something to some of these guys, especially this happens to our African men. Let's be very realistic. What the Bible says is either find a wife, find a good thing. Your girlfriend is not your wife yet. So don't expect her to start showing all attributes of a mommy in the house. Some of our men are sports brat. The moment you are cutting a woman, you want her to be washing for you, cooking for you, doing this, doing that. And if the poor woman is being careful, then we say she's not. Then you start cheating on her. So same thing with cheating. Respect, it may not have been a vow before God yet. Marital vow is vow before God. But when you are cutting, you've already given yourself each other's word. So cheating is one thing that makes relationship to break up, and I don't think there's anybody that can condone cheating. Sometimes when we don't have a choice, we try to, but it doesn't come from any woman or a man's mind. What do you say about that?
Yeah, I've had to counsel a few people on issues that relate to cheating. All I can say is there's no other way to describe it that more than that it's not good.
Yeah.
It's a no-go area. It's not good. It's I used to call it lack of confidence. Because if you're happy with what God has given you, you will be confident, you will be happy with it. You won't have to start, going here and there. That's why it's good to have a happy home. Work towards a very happy home. For the man, for the woman, work hard.
I like that. What do you mean? What do you mean? Work hard. Work for it.
Work hard. Make sure that be practical about it.
Intentional.
Be intentional, about it. That this marriage must work.
True.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, because why?
Like I said, sorry. For as long as violence doesn't come into it, because violence is what I will not subscribe to. But if this idea of she's done this, she's done that, it's still all manageable. We can still manage it for as long as we respect each other.
But some people cannot take what you said you can manage. I think we're different. Some people don't like to be disrespected.
Yeah.
Even if you don't
nobody likes to be disrespected. Even our children, they don't like to be. But what I'm saying is that if we can persevere, if we can be patient, whoever is doing wrong or right will know. For somebody that is old enough to get married, should know what is right from what is wrong.
True.
But it's just that sometimes we don't like being corrected. We don't like being told. We all know when we are wrong.
We all know. We all know. Nobody has said it. That was it last week. I was saying, you picked on that. No wonder she frowns when I'm trying to correct her. Exactly. Nobody likes to be corrected.
Yeah.
We all like to get accolades, but the moment you're being corrected, but the most important thing for me is, even if I don't show that frown on my countenance change, I take it on board. I think about it to see, have I gone out of line? Have I done what I shouldn't do? And then we learn to say sorry.
I give you credit for that.
Oh, thank you, sir. One of the things, to be honest, I've learned over the time is say sorry as many times. Genuinely, I don't mind saying sorry. Take ownership. Most of us who don't want to say sorry will justify. I can tell you the reason why I've done it, and I believe nobody will do something without any cause or any reason. If you say, why did you put this thing there, I will justify the reason why I put it there. But if you manage to convince me, there was a topic during counseling that we dragged for like 3 weeks. And one day after counseling, he was there and in Birmingham, and I was almost crying. In fact, we finished counseling that day and we did not even speak. We just ended the phone. I'm like, good night. And he was trying to call me, it's time to pray. I said, pray. I'm not praying tonight because I felt bad. At the end of the day, I was the one that was at fault. I didn't see that I was at fault because I kept saying, thank you. Sister Shalo, God bless you, my darling, my friend from Lagos. It's good to say sorry for the sake of peace. Yes, thank you. Yeah, I know it's from the sake of peace. So the issue, thanks, Shola. The issue I had is not about the place of peace alone. I before saying sorry, I want to be sure what I've done is wrong. So it takes me time, and because I feel every one of us, if I put this water on the table now, you come in and say, why did you put it? Sweetheart, explain to me why the water is there. I want to tell you, and you're saying it's not acceptable. I want you to convince me that it's not acceptable. But like Shola said, if you think this is getting out of hand, for the sake of peace, say sorry. Even if that's what I've learned, and I agree with you, my sister, even if I'm going to come round to you to say, sweetheart, I said sorry because I wasn't sure. But but it's good for that time. Let us quench the fire. One person should just say, I'm sorry. Be honorable. And if you say sorry, the other party is not a mad person. It's going to calm down. So let's go on. You want to say something?
Yeah, because the time is fast spent. We are talking about causes and signs of breaking relationship. Yeah. One of the major causes of breaking relationship is hidden agenda. I will say it to you. Hidden agenda. If two parties are in a relationship, one is into it, all through. The other has a hidden agenda. For instance, a man can marry a woman for financial reasons, for monetary purposes. A woman can marry, it could be vice versa. Now, if that happens in a relationship, that relationship is broken right from day one. Because it is possible for the one that is higher financially at a point, for what that thing to diminish. The money is not coming in again.
Yeah.
So the one that went into it for monetary reasons will be disappointed.
True.
And that is a cause of breakdown already.
True.
Now, what are the signs? The one that is rich, that is not rich again, will be feel shame. Will start dodging the other one. You understand? Those are signs. So when one is dodging the other, is a sign that this relationship seems to be going to an end. It could be the other one too, who went into the relationship for monetary reasons. That after all, the money is not coming again. The purpose of my entering into the relationship is no more there. So I'm getting out of it. So those are the signs. Avoidance of each other. Those are the signs. The causes are when you enter into a relationship with a hidden agenda, an agenda that the other party is not aware of.
Yeah, I remember you mentioned it during counseling and when we were talking. It's always talking about hidden agenda. Yeah. As long as he's always saying, I'm sure that both of us do not have hidden agenda. And I used to think, what agenda? Where is this agenda? Yeah. Which is true. Nowadays, people marry not for love. Yeah. Not for love. They just marry because there's time to marry, or he's rich, or he's well known, or she's rich, or she's well known. Yeah. I have this benefit. So when those benefits are not there, do you understand? Then we start throwing tantrums. Yeah. We start saying I remember somebody was saying, I never even loved him in the first instance. I'm like, and you married him without loving him? Say yes. You loved him and you thought you loved him, but you didn't. So what we're trying to say is, please make sure as you're going to any relationship, make sure there are no hidden agenda. Yeah. Nowadays, with what is going on in the world now, there are several people don't even know the reason why they want to marry again. They don't know the reason why they want to marry again. And some of them has agenda, and when those agendas are not met, they just as they have come, they are going quickly. So let's be careful of that. So I thought of misdirected anger as well. Yeah. The reason being, we're busy. I remember it does happen to me as well. Most of the time I'm busy from one appointment or the other. If I say what I've gone through today or what I've been through, you can't imagine. But you get home, the only time you now need, I think that my husband was still saying it yesterday before we slept, and he was like, before we married, we're used to all our pillow talks because he will be on the phone, but it's easy because we're not together. Yeah. So we're the only two we're catching time with our pillow talks on the phone, and he will talk me to bed, we'll talk, we'll pray, and we'll talk and we'll laugh. But nowadays we are so busy, and it's easy. If you don't pick it on time, these are little things, and we're just 1 month, let's say 5 weeks into our relationship. Yeah. So, but we start doing life again. Yeah. We're busy. We sleep together. Obviously, we go to bed together. We'll shower. But as it's on the bed waiting for me, I mean, you're saying that I spend time cleansing my face. I have to do those rituals of cleansing my face, making my face clean. By the time I do all my face and everything, all my shenanigans, it's almost falling asleep. They said, you just, and I'm just like, okay, let us pray. Let us sleep. So we pray. And we said it yesterday. No. And that's one of the things we're saying this because can you imagine it's easy. When he was saying this yesterday, I didn't realize until he was saying, he said, well, as we have all these pillow talks and just devoting like an hour and looking into each other's eyes and just loving you. And for the first time, I was like, okay, tell me what you love about me. I love about you. We started saying that we're laughing. And he said, do you remember the last time we said it's been a long time? Unfortunately, in our honeymoon that we should have been doing that, I was ill. I wasn't where I took ill there at the honeymoon. So what we're trying to say, these things, misdirected anger, as I said, you work, you've gone to work. They've used you. You've done meeting and you met clients. And then when you get home, your husband or your wife bears the brunt of your anger. You're snapping at people. You're angry. you are irritated, you don't have time for them, and these are the people in your life. So these are some, and then it gets to a stage the man or the woman is like, I can't put up with this. Yeah. Well, what do you want to say about it? Yeah. So is there any sign, any noticeable sign? I think the only noticeable sign for me is that you start picking that your spouse, if you're sensitive to realize that they're avoiding you, like Reverend said.
Yeah, and it could lead to avoidance of each other or distancing from each other, because if your wife or your husband is waiting for you to join him, you are watching the telly, you are on the social media, and the guy is waiting. After some time, he or she slips off. That's already creating a distance.
True. Yeah, that's a very good one. You know, this thing about being unsupportive. You know, we could get unsupportive without us realizing it. When the things, because the things in my husband's life may be different from the things in my life. And if he values me to support the things in my life, I should find time to, there's some things that maybe I just think, oh, it doesn't really matter, and it matters to him. For him mentioning it, then for me, I know there's an issue. He's a very soft-spoken. Then if he wants to correct you, he will not go directly. But for my husband to mention something, so you have to notice people's style. Immediately he mentions, he puts his mouth or just talks about this thing or this thing. Or I think you should be more conversant with it or do. Then I know, oh my days, he's complaining silently, but he's not complaining. So we should try to be supportive of each other, supportive of each other's friends and family vision, everything we're doing, check on each other, just supportive. That this kind of kills or break a relationship down, especially when it's one-sided and this person is feeling, for example, it's only you on this side, it's only you. Then that person will be thinking, I've been left out. So let's be careful about those. Is there any sign you can pick from that?
Yeah, I mean, you've said it all, that when your husband is unnecessarily or unusually cold, that's a sign that the guy is not happy or something is wrong.
Or your wife is not. Why is he only? Why is he not husband alone?
But you now, you are a go. You're never angry. Dolly has no dull moment.
I'm telling you, he was saying it yesterday that make him laugh. That I always just look. Me, I laugh with my own world. I just do my thing. And then
Yeah, so husband or wife, when it's just unusually cold, then you should know something is wrong. And one thing you do, which I always tell you that you do very well, is she doesn't allow me to be quiet for 5 minutes.
Yeah, because I can't trust what you do. Nip it in the bud quickly.
She will raise an issue or pester me until I voice it out.
Yeah, because I watch him. Like you say, I'm your project. You are my mini project as well. And I watch him. Why are you quiet? Penny for your thoughts. Because there's never a dull moment. So when the other person slips into quietness, we're like, what's going on? So it's better before the person start processing the thoughts and start magnifying it and mulling it here and there and making an issue out of nothing. It's better to talk about it. That's a good one. So know your spouse very well. Know them. No. So when they are moody or sudden, if I'm suddenly quiet, I'm up to mischief.
For certainly.
I'm up to. Otherwise,
but sometimes you are not up to mischief. You are processing something.
Yeah, true.
You are not actually up to something.
No, I'm only joking. It's not mischief like that. I'm
processing it, whatever. Especially when I tell you are wrong.
Oh yeah, I process it 24 hours and I come back to say, listen, this is the place I was wrong. I wasn't wrong there. You made me do that. And you'll be like, oh my God, can you just admit that you're wrong? And I said, I'm guilty with some reasons, not completely guilty. You made me guilty. Right. So toxic people, some of us, we don't, like we said earlier, we don't want to grow up. We bring toxic people into our relationship. Let's assume you have careless friends. Your husband or your wife may not be able to put up with them. Careless people that will do things, and then you have to understand that you can't bring them if they can't stand, if it's complaining about them, you have to take your stand and say, listen, my husband doesn't like this, my wife doesn't like this.
Yeah.
Stand up for what you believe. Some of us don't want to upset our friends,
Yeah.
right? And then we upset our spouses.
Yeah.
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 So when we have toxic people in our lives, let them go, because it's all about your life. Yeah. I spoke about withholding affection and attention as well, like we said yesterday.
Yeah.
Who is Mr. Romantic or Mrs. Romantic?
It's not for the top.
It's not for the public. Okay. Somebody complains that I'm not very romantic. I don't show affection. And I said I was brought up in a little
No, I didn't
village.
say so.
Okay.
I said you are not expressive enough.
All right. I'm not expressive enough because I have to wake up every morning, and every day at least I have to say I love you 3 times. I haven't said I love you today.
No, you haven't.
Oh, I love you, man. I love you. And I was being told off for not saying I love you. I said, I thought I said I love you yesterday. So that was yesterday. Say, So if I forgot in the last 3 days, I woke up and said, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Before praying, he was looking at me, said, I said before I be told off that I've not said I love you. So I woke up in the morning, he was looking at me, I said, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. He said, how tall? I said, this I love you. You want to hear it? I did it 2 days, I've forgotten again, gone back into my whole self. So it's good, let's be expressive. Some men, I think men loves attention so much.
Yeah.
Men are like babies. I find that sometimes I'm looking at them like, come on, grow up. They need affection. Women, maybe we are go, 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 go. Yeah, a woman, needs reassurance, needs validation, but men are as strong as they are. They need us to be expressive. Yeah, it's not only coming from them. So when you see that your husband is reclined, because to be honest with you, these are things people talk so much about side chicks now. What do they do with side chicks? That's what side chick does. Some of you are not able to express yourself and be silly and joke with your husband. It's your husband and she's your wife. Say it the way you want it to be. Let him know how you feel about him. Don't be shy. We slept yesterday, and now we're talking and expressing love to each other, telling each other what we love about each other, what makes you, what I see in you, this and that, and it makes us feel good. And we slept. I know it's not all the nights that you have time to start saying till 1 midnight and start expressing and doing pillow talk.
Only 10 minutes.
Even if it's
1 or 2 words.
To say I love you.
Yeah.
I love you. Okay. So it's good to show affection. To be honest with you, that's one of the things that you see, there's nothing wrong with us Africans. And I think culture has messed us up to an extent. And partly some of it religion, because our leaders, they don't know how to express love. And that's what we learn. And their times are past. This is a new era, new age now. Internet, people, you'll be on the Facebook and you see husband and wife expressing greet on Mother's Day or Father's Day or Singles Day or Marriage Day, if there's any marriage day. In fact, if you're married and people are saying they married, the sugar in my tea, my husband, and you are not expressive. Some people can't even call their husband names or pet name or and you feel a void. You want to say it. Say it. And men, please let us be able to express ourselves, to say, baby, call yourself's name, baby, sweetheart, honey, sugar, potato. If it's potato, don't go and cook them. Praise God. So this one is very important. What's happening tonight. People are not asking questions. When there are some topics that everybody is always shy, you don't want to talk. Anyways,
we have not asked them.
Okay. Reverend said to ask you, okay, what's your question? What do you want to ask? We've asked them. I asked them to, if they have anything.
Oh, okay.
I asked earlier on in the middle of it. So if there's anything that you want us to talk about, so now the one I really want to say is lying. I'd already flagged that. Lying. Inconsistency and lies. It kills out of everything for me in my life. I can take anything, but I cannot take inconsistency, and it does my head. English people say it does my head in. It's doing my head in, So lying is not acceptable. You see, why would you lie? What you are hiding today is going to come to light tomorrow.
Yeah.
5 years, 6 years into the relationship, and he will find out, or she will find out. So if they want to go from the start, they will go. So why lying? It's not nice. Some people can lie, and I think make yourself um plain to the extent that they will not need to lie to you.
Yeah.
What do you think, Reverend? I think one of the reasons why people lie is because the other party is giving them an impression that, I don't know, what do you think? I think it's complex when people are not sure and they are not real.
Yeah. People lie when they want to
You've not finished your tea.
when they want to go into a relationship by fire by force.
Yeah.
They pretend to be who they are not. They pretend to have what they don't have. So quite often it breaks relationship by the time the other party finds out the truth. So like you said, we should try as much as possible to avoid it.
Yeah.
Because whether you like it or not, one day it's going to be exposed.
Yeah.
And it could be a source of end.
Yeah.
To that relationship.
True. So don't lie. Just be who you are.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I enjoyed about us. Yeah. To be honest with you, my husband just said, "This is me. Yeah. This is me, and this is it." Yeah. And I said, "This is me. This is it." And we
even things that could be a minus.
Yeah, things that could be a minus that's not major. We did full disclosure.
When I say minus, things that don't add value. Things that you not look at and say, "Oh, this is great."
Yeah, as in the negative.
Negative.
The negative, we told each other. And I was happy. And I was happy and I said, "Okay, this is it. This is it." He told me everything. Listen, this is it. And I just stood there and I was looking and I was looking and we were laughing. And excuse me, I was like, "Okay, I'm happy." You told me, and I said, "This is me. This is my life as well. These are the strength and negative, whatever you want." And then we know what you know what you want to go in, and we don't have any reason to lie to ourselves.
Yeah.
If he says I'm rich, I know he's rich. Yeah. We don't hide our finances. We don't hide our life. We don't hide nothing. We're so plain with ourselves and we do our thing. So I think lying kills relationship. Yeah. I remember there was an incident by the time some people had and somebody called me and said, "I want to tell you, has he told you this and that?" I said, "My husband told me everything." And he was looking at him. So really, you told? He said, "I told that we literally downloaded each other's life from the day we were born till the time we met each other." Yeah. And this is it. So no surprises. So it's down for all. Yeah, because to be honest with you, the reason why people lie is because of your past. And your past is your past. We all make mistakes. Today is what matters to me and tomorrow. I don't care what happened to you before because you don't know better at that time. And there's some things that have happened. Every one of us, there's something we've done in the past that you even want to cry when you remember it yourself that I even get stupid. You know, so it's about the future. But little things, disclosure that you think, if my pastor Bomiku, bless you, man of God, bless you, you're welcome. So these are things that we should be very careful of, not to hide things from each other, to make sure we're open and disclose. These are things that break relationship. Even if you're in that relationship for 10 years, I tell you, when the truth comes out, people leave, and there are signs: withdrawal, anger, agitation. It's happened to me before, and I realized, okay, the marriage I went into then, there are few these non-disclosures that if I'd had, I wouldn't have gone into it. You know, that's why I felt that we try to mend it. The fact remains that thing keeps coming up that I was taken advantage of, and I wouldn't want to forgive myself. So that's what lying does. You think, oh, it's just one of those things. And in Africa, especially where we come from, they say, she won't go anywhere, Jerry. She will just settle. And no, lying is not good. Stealing is another thing. You may think stealing in the context. No, stealing from each other. Stealing your spouse's money, opening their, manipulation of things is not really, 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 really nice.
It
You
could be
know,
indirect borrowing, not really stealing.
what is indirect borrowing? I don't know. Borrow me your English. Oh. I don't know what
Go
indirect
ahead,
borrowing
go
is.
ahead, go ahead.
Tell us what indirect borrowing is.
Indirect borrowing is when I take money from her account without telling her, but with the intention of refunding it. That's
Mm,
not stealing. My
mm,
intention is not to steal. My
mm,
intention is to borrow because you may not want to borrow me if I
mm.
tell you. How about that?
If you take money from me
From your account.
without telling me,
Yeah.
I'll sue you. I'll take you to court. I'll sue you. But on the more serious note,
Yeah.
no, I think you should tell each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the more serious note, I think you should tell each other. Don't
Whatever
abuse,
it is, just tell each other.
yeah,
Yeah.
don't abuse each other's trust.
Yeah.
And that takes stealing. Um, Pastor Kuye said, Pastor Bumi said, you are right
Yeah.
about what you said. True. We should be open. Financial infidelity,
Mm.
it's more than 30 minutes of reason why divorce. If you go to divorce courts,
Yeah.
the reason financial infidelity, people are lying,
Yeah.
people are not truthful,
Mm.
they are stealing from each other, manipulating,
Yeah.
taking. I said there was a guy that used to take his wife's bank card
Mm.
and would go and steal money from it. That's
Yeah.
stealing, because one of the things that it will lead to disrespect, the woman will start talking down on you, because you can't steal what is yours. I can't imagine myself stealing your money.
Yeah.
I'll take it and I'll tell you that I've taken your money. I'll let you know, sweetheart. There's nothing. I'll say, sweetheart, what do you mean? There's nothing you can do. You're making me look like I'm a thief now.
No, I haven't said so.
And I'm nicking your money gradually. I will not stick. I will take the bank card and you yourself. Both the owner and the bank card, I will steal them together.
You own them.
I own them.
Yeah.
So it's not nice. On a more serious note, stealing from each other is not very nice. And then as we're rounding up, giving up on each other. That's one reason why relationship break down, when you cannot persevere.
Yeah.
You just give. You see, we've just married. Everything is, we anyway. We laid a lot of foundation for ourselves by the grace of God. Not because when we look at ourselves now, we're like, where we are. It's just not. It was hard work. We were committing time. We're intentional. We wanted to get it right. We're doing counseling. We're praying. We're fasting. We're like trying to do things right. But
and we went deliberately into each other's affairs.
Yes, we wanted to know what is going on.
Yeah.
I remember you come early in the morning on a Thursday to follow me to food bank, to our own food. But that's why I found that he had his own food bank on the same Thursday. He would drive 2.5 hours down, and he would be sometimes he says he used to go and park. It was after we married. He gave me a confession. There's that close to my house. He would go and park there, not to, because we'll be praying in the night before we sleep. I know it's some days I know it's coming, some days I don't. And the days I know it's coming, I'm like, this is 1 o'clock. We just finished praying. So that go to bed, sleep. Don't leave the house. He said, you know me. I'll say your first thing tomorrow morning. I said, don't leave the house or come here. I mustn't see you before 9. But he doesn't like going in the traffic because he wants to come early so that he can go. So most time it's like she'll still be in bed. So we were just confessing to me recently that, do you know how many times I've gone to park and recline my car seats beside Asda to just take a nap about 10-20 before my face to cool down before coming to your house. So what we're just trying to say is, we try to know so much about ourselves, but it's never too late. Whether you're in courtship, I try to find out nowadays what people do in courtship. Before I met Ruben, sorry, I know you get jealous so much. He doesn't like hearing about my toasters. You don't like it, but you were the one that delayed in coming now.
But I've come now.
You've come now. I don't go in anywhere. So, I try to find out when I raise important issues. When somebody introduces someone to me and I'm speaking over the phone, some of them I don't even meet and I'm speaking over the phone. They seem to be getting they want to get into the relationship and be doing things. And I'm like, I know what I want. I know where I'm going. I know what is committed into my hands. I know the kind of person I want. So those were the things we focus into our vision, into our lives, into ourselves, and we were really talking, and it's really helped us. The foundation, we're still building on it every day. every day, and for the rest of our life, we're going to. Reverend keeps saying that it's hard work, and to be honest with you, relationship and marriage is hard work. You have to be intentional. You have to be selfless. You have to forget yourself at some point and really think of that party, and both of you think about each other. But stop giving up. We give. I think the reason why we're saying this is we give up so much on ourselves. Nowadays, I think this we can speak an hour on it. This issue nowadays, people don't persevere in relationship. Even the oath that you take for the better for worse, nobody wants to say for the worse. Any little thing is for better, stay for worse, for job. It's not go is even slow or vanish, disappear. So what we're trying to say, friends, is don't give up so early. Don't even give up. Don't demand that you're complete. The man, you see, when people see a man that they've thrown out be married to some other person, they wonder, is it not the same person? Same thing for the woman. It's just somebody that knows the value of that person, picks them up and punish them. Because you're not patient. Learn to be patient. Learn to see values in somebody. Learn to see the good side. Everybody that God has created has a good side. Take time. When we met, my husband would say to me, even over the phone, he said, Dolapo, you are my project. Over the phone, God is my witness. Even when I feel sad or my counting, we're not doing video, we're speaking. He picks my emotions. He picks and he keeps saying to me, I know, and I'm like, what do you mean? I'm trying to toughen up. And he said, how many times have I told you you are my project? I am studying you. If you breathe, I know you're breathing. So it took his time to know who is Dolapo. What does she want? What are the things she's engaged into? What are the things she wants to do? How can I come in? And same, I did. I'll go to his, we'll sit down, we'll talk, he'll come to mine. We spend time. So courtship time is just not just to be frivolous and just be jumping here and there. Spend time to know each other. See if your visions align. Those are the things that we did so much. Our visions, because if your visions does not align. I remember months after we met, about 3 months, the Reverend would not even say anything about the church. He will join every of our service because he will go to his own church, and after every of our service he will watch it. By the time we speak, he knows I won't get home until like 4ish. By the time we speak, he must, because they finish around 12:30. He will get home, watch our online service, and he will give me a review. And then we'll talk about it. That was a powerful message, blah, 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 blah. And then he said to me one day, he said, so he didn't say, so we were talking, I came to Doncaster and I said, I noticed that you've not said anything about the church or your involvement. And he just smiled. He said, Dolapo, you are my project. He said, keep doing what you're doing. You're doing well. I'm in your life to support you. And I will make sure I support you. So we were able to match things. We were able to talk. So what I'm trying to say is it's better for us, right? To not to give up on each other. Study that person. Don't say it's not good. This what did you want to say anything about that?
Yeah, I just want to say that communication is very, 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 very important in any relationship.
True.
Say it as it is. You know, don't put your spouse in a position of fear. Allow your spouse to express himself or herself in any situation. Be a very good listener. I am a very, very good listener.
Oh,
and I think that is one of the.
Okay, give me cheers for that, and give me some of your drink.
You know, be a very good listener. Be it man, be it woman. You know, I'm still trying to work on someone who is not a very good. Only this afternoon, she was having a conversation with somebody. That person
because you were eavesdropping on my conversation. You were in another room. How you managed to listen to all my conversation?
I was in another office and she was having a conversation with somebody, and that person was saying her own side of it. She wouldn't allow her to finish. She would jump, and I said, "Let this person finish for God's sake." You know, but that's not a relationship. We are talking about relationship. What I'm saying,
even in relationship, I do that. I do that. I remember when we first met and we were talking over the phone, I can rant on and go on for hours. My frustration, talking about frustrations. I remember this particular day, I had this appointment at the food bank, and I didn't have a food bank driver for like 6-8 weeks. So that's part of my busy schedule. My Wednesdays, I have to go to do warehouses to pick food and drop it at the food bank. So this particular day, I had clients that could make money, and this is not fetching money. And I was so angry, and I was ranting. He was on the phone. I was driving. He was accompanying me on the phone. We were talking, and I was ranting and I was saying things. He just kept quiet there. I ranted to the extent that after a while, I was like, I thought it's, when you were driving, it was just headphone. I got to a state, he was quiet. I thought he was gone. I said, after a while, I said, are you there? Are you still there? He said, I'm listening, I'm here. I felt ashamed of myself. I said, oh God, I'm sorry. He said, keep going, keep going. He will allow me to rant and vent, and he will say, now, do you want to listen to that? And one of the things I said to him is, you earned respect I've given you. Yeah. It's so mature, it's not jumpy. It will allow me to do, as far as I'm concerned, my mouth. He says I speak 20,000 words in a day, and I will rant and do my own. And he said, have you finished? Now sit down. So that day he just said something. He said, Dolapo, don't worry. And I was ranting. I said, oh my God, I'm not doing this food back again. I'm tired. He allowed me to do. He said, my darling, that is not the option. We will pray to God to send help. No, you are not going to quit. This is vision. And God sent help eventually. Yeah. So it is good. It is good when we communicate and respect each other. Yeah. Sometimes after I'd said my own 10-15 minutes and he has 5 minutes to talk, before he finishes 2 minutes, I've already interjected. Yep. He'll say, let me finish. And I'm like, again, you've done it again. So we're kind of different, but he studied me so he doesn't get angry. Say, can you just be quiet? Can you just let me finish? And then you'll come in. And that time I'll be struggling to hold my thoughts because the words will come in my mind. I want to say my own, so, but because he understands me. So I find time now, but I'm not taking that for granted. I find time to understand him now, and I'm patient. When he's speaking, I listen. There's some comments coming through. Yeah, Pastor Bomi said, courtship time is the time to study the person you want to marry. It's very important. To be honest with you, Reverend studied me. There was a day as well I remembered. He said he wanted to come on the Tuesday in the early days. I said, I'm busy. I sent my itinerary to him. I just screenshot my diary and said, listen, the whole of tomorrow. He said, I just want to see. I said, I'm not available. I'll be a meeting. He said, are they virtual or physical? I said, they're virtual meeting, but they're back to back. He said, not to worry. I just want to see you. I'm not going for anything. I don't even need to eat because I'm waiting on the land. I'm fasting. I'm like, what is this? What kind of monetary spirit is this one? And then he came and he sat, and I was in the opposite tree, was in the opposite, I had a see-through glass. And it was just satisfying looking at me. I had back-to-back meeting. To the extent that when my sister came, he was the one that opened the door for me because I was in a meeting. And when he finished, before he could even break at 5 o'clock, he said they had to, because of traffic. So I was like, what kind of man is this one? He will leave. It's up there. He will make sure. So he studied me very well to know what he was going into. And he tried to understand. So it's good for us. Let's not just jump into each other. Let's try to find time and let's communicate. We're going to run up now. Reverend mentioned something very important, which is the communication. You want to round up on that and speak on that?
It's very important that we communicate, say it as it is, be free to express ourselves to each other and listen to each other, respect each other's view. We don't impose our views on each other, it doesn't, because we are coming from different backgrounds anyway. So an attempt to impose my views on my wife or her trying to impose, you impose couscous on me.
Couscous?
Yeah.
I didn't impose couscous on you. I only suggested what is something that is healthy for
me.
And
I like that.
Me, I don't even care whether you like it or not.
So what I'm trying to say is that let's be free with each other. Let's communicate. Let's say exactly as it is.
When he met me, I used to eat couscous 7 days in a week.
For men, please don't be the lion. Please, for God's sake. let your wife expect, let her be expectant that
Mm.
my husband is coming home.
Mm.
And you women,
You wanted to
do
say we
yeah,
women.
I was going to I'm not a woman now. So, and you women always do things that will make your husband to be in a hurry to come home.
Mm.
That I'm
So do
I'm
I do
coming.
things that makes
Oh,
you
of
feel me?
course, yes.
For
Even
example,
your smiles
my
alone.
smile.
Your smile.
Oh, baby boy.
I just said to you yesterday, the construction of your
Oh,
mouth drove me.
oh, oh,
So thank
Well,
you.
thank you so much to
Yeah.
you. Really appreciate the time that you've given us tonight and your support. Basically, we're just trying to share from our experiences and what we've seen and what we've had and what we've been through
Yeah.
in our times, and to know reasons why relationship do break down, and whether it's still in the stage of courtship or dating or full-fledged marriage. We see a lot of divorce nowadays,
Yeah.
and you wonder, why did these people go into marriage in the first instance? Because, like Reverend said, if I want, one of the major things is hidden agendas,
Yeah.
or lack of really getting to know that person,
Yeah.
being in a rush. It doesn't take the time. So the lady that spoke to me, I used to think ours was so fast, because we courted 6 months and we're just like,
Not even up to
it's
6
not
months.
6 months, like
It's not 6
5
months.
months
Yeah.
and 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, close to. And we're just like, oh, but as ministers of God, there's some things we cannot do, and we just have to seal and do what we have to do right. So we had a lot of people looking up to us, and we had to set good examples. So, but even at that, we thought, oh my God, that we married early. Unknown to us, I was speaking. Thank you, Sister Kike Diamond. Bless you, ma. Bless you. Good evening. And we thought, okay, but do you know what? One of my aunties was speaking to me today, and she said she and her husband married within a month and a
Yeah.
half.
6 weeks. Yeah.
Within 6 weeks, they met,
And they've been married now.
and they've been married, happily married for over 10 years.
Over 10 years. Yeah.
So it doesn't take
6 weeks.
That's record breaking. I know Pastor Tayo told me that theirs was 3 months or 4 months,
Yeah.
But it doesn't take. Yeah, nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible for God. When it is God, it is God.
Yeah.
And one thing that happened, maybe one of these days we have to talk about it. We were both prepared,
Yeah.
and we're not pretending.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
one of the things that there was a lady that I matchmaked, and the man, and she was playing hard to get, and
Yeah.
she was doing something, and I said, what's the meaning of this? And she said, the man said, I called her, she's not responding. I tested. She tested that she wasn't responding. I called her, I said, I have to prove hard to get now. I said, at 52, auntie, you are playing hard to get. By the time she finished hard to get, the man said, I can't put up with this. It's not real. I'm not John Tro. Wow. Can you imagine? Pastor Bumi said, me and my husband married between 4 months.
Oh, yeah.
God bless you. You see, these are men and women. It's not because we are men and women of God, but you have to realize that if it is God, He doesn't need to do 2 years dating, and then you'll have done the whole thing that and then the man will say, you cannot do everything with me, and say you are not compatible.
Yeah.
Which one? You will be compatible. Which one is not compatible? We are compatible for me and you.
Yeah.
Compatibility for
Forever.
forever.
You used to tell me we are stuck forever.
I told you are going nowhere. You are going nowhere. We are stuck for life. So we better make it work. And then this life of us is too beautiful that to frown. We laugh as if we just won jackpot. I look at him and say, "Kí ló ń boy? Possibly Jack alone." Because if I'm living with you 24/7, I got to be happy.
Yeah, no dull moment.
No, come, you're my best friend, you're my father, you're my sister, you're my mother, you're my everything. I wake up seeing you in the morning. He knows me when I see him in the morning, as I'm waking up, as I'm greeting him, I'm cracking one joke, saying, "What would you? What's wrong with this? Let us pray." And he will just laugh. That no dull moments. Please, let's love each other. Let's love each other. For the singles out there, we'll be doing some series on this. You don't need forever. You don't need forever. I'm going to write some.
Let us demonstrate love. Let's be practical about
love
it.
is powerful. Once you find it, nothing can come between you. That's good to my yes. Kike Diamond, go on, Reverend. Do you want to read it out?
Courtship should not be too long, or else it
leads to sin. Let's be very realistic. That's one of the things, Pastor. We're going to get married in December. We said we're going to give ourselves a year. And suddenly, Reverend said to me after a while, I said, listen, the way we are going, we're always on the phone. And he's only off day at work. He will come early and before 4-5 he's going back. Some days we just see my face for 3-4 hours, and they know he will just sit down in the sitting room like he's a zombie. I'm like, Kimogbalo or mine. I was there talking, and we realized what we had. It's something. What we have, sorry, it's something really, really strong.
Yeah.
So after 3 months, he said, "Baby girl, I cannot wait for a year. Otherwise,
I didn't want to commit sin.
He said, I don't want to do what we don't have to do. We are both men and women of, but the way we are doing, in fact, at the time we were close to the marriage, we were counting days. We were like counting days.
Honeymoon. Both of you are going.
I'm coming. The next one is you are right, man. Yes, Sister Kike Dahama. And the both of you are going nowhere. You are both an inspiration on this platform. Oh, thank you very much. Reverend is always very shy, but now he's no longer shy. I've said by the time I finish with him,
I'm trying not to be shy.
He's no longer shy. He's always soft-spoken and shy. Well, are you still shy?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for training me.
He said I threw him on the motorway because I just took him from his little corner. Last week I said, "Come on, let's go." We are doing likewise. But I was like, do I have to do this with you? I said, we have to. We are stuck for life. So thank you so much, everyone. It's been absolutely fantastic on this platform. If there's anything you want us to talk about, okay. Kike Diamond, she said something. Yeah, courtship should not be for too long. I had to leave over 3 years relationship recently. Means the other person does not know what to. Please, he doesn't know what he wanted. It's a waste of time. There are several guys. You see, one thing, maybe one of these days I have to talk to African. I have several of them in my hand that have contacted me to match me. They don't know what they're doing. In fact, I begged Reverend, I said, please, you help me to start grooming, because this is a man that immediately he saw me and he realized this is what I wanted, and he prayed. He just went for it. He said, in fact, the first day when he made himself known to me, and after we met physically at an occasion and everything, and he said to me, I don't know why, but we're going to have a kind of relationship. I don't know what this relationship is, but for one reason or the other, I'm going to be very close to this family. It was not even up to a week or two. Daddy just changed his story. His only line, I said, you know what? I like you, and I want to have a relationship with you. And he started finding out about me, fact finding. Then I started saying to people, I said, this Reverend Tony. I said, before you said that, I spoke to my sister-in-law that we were talking. I said, this Reverend Tony seems to be flirting with me over the phone. Why would we be asking me, Shetty Jao, Shetty So? Shetty where? What's his problem with my... I said, this one is getting out. And then later I said to you, when he said it, I said, hey. And so we were both prepared, and we were just like, okay. I didn't do. I didn't play cheap. At the same time, I did not. I did not prove difficult. Okay. And I didn't. No cheapness, as in quickly rushing. He has started it again. He used to call me Enyukomo. Enyukomo. Can you imagine on the day of my wedding, when my husband took me to his, he insisted that we were sleeping in his house because we have 2 homes, but we live in one, but we have 2 homes. And he insisted, and it's already done some of the most romantic, it's very romantic, the most romantic thing. He was insisting we finish because all the ceremony and everything was in Dagenham. Dagenham. He keeps see your photo. See your picture. And he was saying to me, he said, no, I said, and I know my husband, he's soft spoken. He said, we're going to Birmingham tonight. I said, sweetheart, let's wait till tomorrow. He said, Kosin to Joe. Anytime he says Kosin to Joe, I don't even bother again. If he doesn't say that, I can play. When he says Kosin to Joe, and then reluctantly, can you imagine we're still in Dagenham? He keeps saying Dagenham is never out of me. He lived there for 10 years, you know. So, and then we left here around 9 to Birmingham, and the following day we're supposed to fly out for honeymoon. Do you understand? I was tired. Can you imagine? We've done the traditional one Saturday, Sunday, the church one, and we had guests. Anyway, I didn't know that my husband had prepared the home. That's what he wanted me to see. So both of us kind of more or less crawled upstairs, and when we got to the house, and I put the lights, they had these wonderful balloons, big balloons with both of our pictures in it. We love. And then on the wall was my big and the painting, you know, is it drawing or painting? Drawing of me, you know, with the microphone on. And on the bedroom, all this love, peace, and everything. And he spoils the whole thing finally. On the door of the kitchen. He said, "Welcome home, Adedolapo." Oya say, Eniola, Oremi, Eni Moko, Eni Komo, Gini Bako. I said, "Oh my life. I'm saying, look at this one. You finish your enemy. Any moko. Anytime I'm in like that, any moko. I think that means that he's tough, you know." So during the courtship, I gave him some bit of tough time. So since that time, we're like, any moko, and I'm like, I'm very peaceful and gentle. So let's see some. Oh, Dr. Araba, hello. How are you? Yeah. Thank you. Sister Kike Gold said, "To God be the glory." Said, single men searching. Yeah, single men, they are not serious. I see them, they are not prepared. They don't know what they want. Recently, I've handled like 3 or 4, and the ladies don't have time. The ladies don't have time. One just called me last week and said, "Please, I'm out of the relationship." And I called them. Nobody's going to be changing your diapers. Nobody, no woman. We all need mature men. We can help here and there. We are supposed to be your helper. You know, it's not. I'm not talking about finances now. I'm talking about a man knowing what he wants. It doesn't take money. Be a man and be strong for your woman. That's what we want. Thank you very much. Oh, Kika goes, men to be romantic. Men to be romantic and be your partner's friend. That's what makes relationship. No, Reverend is the fact. He puts effort. All the house. Someday I will just be in the house. A letter will be delivered and it's one poster card and one loving. I said, "Where are you getting this one?" Me, I don't know where they get it. Let me even show me the store so that means I'll be buying hello to my okay. Olólùfẹ́ mi, Ọlárédè mi, I love you forever. Pam 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 pam. It's sweet to be in love, to be honest with you. Let's take our time. Hi, Sister Ariola. I think we should take our time to invest in each other. Invest in each other. Work hard on your relationship. Work hard, you know. And then on the pattern, most people are just joining now, and we should have closed now. We should. It's gone. We don't always like the video to be too long for the sake of those. Please join us next week. If there's any topic that you want us to talk about, the good thing is it's balanced now. Dr. Araba, what do you want me to ask? To ask, okay. Wow, I'm happy that both of you are happy coexisting. Thank you, Mommy Binkwala Shadura. Bless you, my sweet auntie. Bless you, ma. Thank you so much. Thank you. Please, if there's any, just don't put on your live video. Thanks. If there's anything you want us to talk about, bless night, everyone. If there's anything you want us to talk about, please, Funola, thank you, my darling friend, Funola. Thanks so much. Bless. They're saying, even Mary is saying hello. Dr. Araba wants us to talk about sex. This one is the one that's going to draw Reverend inside the cupboard. They are putting you on the motorway now. You that you are so shy.
I'll think about it.
You think about it. You are talking about it. He's ever so shy. He didn't want to do this wise brilliant thing. He said, I think the first video I did was where he was still contemplating whether he wants to ask me out or not. I didn't know somebody was shadowing me. I didn't know he was monitoring my spirit about. I was just doing my thing on wise brilliant, and it was the episode I did, and I was advising ladies to have like 2, 3 multiple people in your life that are asking you out. And I said, but he didn't wait to the end of it. He judged the book by the cover, because I started by men are wasting women's time. Araba said we should talk about jiggy. In what form? Okay, we'll talk about jiggy. How to spice your jiggy or Hey, Reverend, it's a serious matter. They are putting you on the spot. You are in trouble this time around. So you watch the live movie video, and you saw me talking and say, women don't allow men to, when 3 men are asking you how, be talking to the 3 of them at the same time. Don't leave one for the other. He said, he looked at me and said, Che, no, that's you are going to be the uncle. You see, people judging the book by the weather. So later I directed him back. I said, go and watch the video. All I was saying is some of these men are not serious. John will be asking you out. Sister Bumi will introduce you to Shegun. Just because John has said asking you out and you see that his profile is fine, you don't know him. Maybe he's not serious. Find time. Because of that, you just tell Sister Bumi, I'm not interested in Shegun. Get to know Shegun too. Speaking to people you have not committed sin. Going out on a date with somebody, not go and sleep with them. As long as there's no sex, you have not committed no sin. Yeah. Get to know people. And at the end of the day, in a month or two, you wait and you know who is really staying. Yeah. Then now send the two away because of Shegun. A month after, you realize Shegun is not serious. Yeah. You can't go back to Bumi and it's not nice. So that's what I was saying. But so Reverend, prepare next week. We're talking about sex. There was a time I did Let's Talk About Sex. It's coming back. Yeah. Aha. Next week is Let's Talk About Sex. You are. Thank you so much, Pastor. Have a blessed night. We'll talk about Jiggy. We'll do that. Sister Dr. Araba, where are you running to? Mary says, sorry, I'm joining late. I like this wonderful couple. I go love. Man. Wow. So, and then remember we talked about women dating more than one man. That was it now. And then they took it as an offense for me that I was teaching people wrong. And you say, but not Robin, not knowing that it's going to be the Oko. Look at it. Don't judge the book by the cover. Very true. We should get to know more than one man when such true, and then you make your choice, you pray, and the Lord will lead you. Sex issues cause problem, many marriage. Okay, next week we'll talk about sex issues. I think on this note we have to. Yeah. My baby's tired. Oh, baby boy, man, baby boy wants to go and sleep. Yeah. I need to talk in bed. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Baby boy needs to sleep.
Time for pillow talk.
It's time for pillow talk here. Yeah. We've decided we'll do pillow talk now. Yeah. Love you. Look into each other's eyes and say, I love you. Man. So on this note, we are signing off for the night. Thank you so much. Everyone, it's wonderful having you. Please, let's make it a date next Wednesday. We want you to kind of encourage us. We're doing this together. A lot of people needs this. And then we want to encourage couple. Being a Christian doesn't mean you don't express love. It doesn't mean that when you're married, you have to be boring. Let's keep our men at home and our women engaged. So thank you so much. Until next time, we'll come back on your way, which is Wednesday. This is Tony and Dolly.
Thank you.
Thank you. God bless you. We love you. And we love ourselves as well. Oh, yeah. See you next Wednesday. Thank you, everyone. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. God bless. Bye-bye.